Now, if you were listening yesterday, you'll know we took on Gamergate, a controversy involving the video gaming community sparked by concerns about alleged corruption, with games writers allegedly giving favourable reviews to games made by companies they had links to. It has also led to 3 women game designers being targeted by online trolls with threats of rape and murder. The discussion on yesterday's programme provoked a very large number of tweets from our listeners and suggestions that we take a closer look at what's been going on. So, first, I've been speaking to games designer Brianna Wu. Now, she last weekend was forced to flee her Boston home and seek police protection after a series of threats.
A fan of my show, I have a technology show here in the United States, and a fan of my show made a meme with some of my tweets. And basically it was making fun of Gamergate, and a bunch of these people involved with Gamergate, they did not take it lightly. They kind of got very, riled up about it, and literally spent all Thursday generating thousands and thousands of memes attacking me. It really scared me to the point that I basically left my home. I took a 24-hour Twitter break, and I came back and I said, look, you guys are not going to frighten me. I'm in this industry. I make video games. I'm not going anywhere. And from there, they started investigating me, investigating my husband, investigating my company. They eventually found my address and posted it for the world to see, and then the death threats started to come in.
And at that point, you said, this has got to go, I've got to go, and you got police protection, is that right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you saw the actual death threats against me, but
I saw some of them. They're pretty brutal.
Yeah, it's very psychotic stuff. I do take that very seriously. I can't release every detail of the investigation, obviously, to the media, but I can tell you I genuinely believe my life is in danger.
And are you in hiding now?
Yes, I am.
And that's pretty stressful for you and your family, I guess.
It's really been horrible. But, the one thing I want to tell your listeners is, this isn't just a single incident that happened to me. This Gamergate event has blown up, and, it's basically turned into a hate group here in the United States that is going after women in the video game industry. They have, just in the last few months, they've taken out my friend Samantha Allen. They bullied her to the point she's left the industry. They've done that to Jen Frank. They've done it to Maddie Bryce. They've tried to take on Lee Alexander and get her fired. They've done it to my friend Zoe Quinn. And even today, Anita Sarkeesian had basically terrorist threats called against her at a college here in the States. People literally threatened to blow up the entire school and to shoot her and kill a bunch of students. So, it's not a joke at this point. It's a literal, war on women in the video game industry.
A lot of people we've been in contact with say it's Gamergate itself is not the issue here in a way. It's some trolls, some people within that perhaps, but not the whole movement. I mean, how do you feel about that?
Well, I realize this is a talking point that, they say over and over and over. So I'd say don't take my word for it. Your listeners can go to 8chan.co and just see what these people are saying. I'd also say look at who they're attacking. It's overwhelmingly women. They clearly have a lot of animosity towards women that kind of speak up on improving things in the video game industry for women. I would imagine your listeners, if they're sitting outside the video game industry, maybe they're not gamers, I would imagine they can look at the average video game and understand that maybe it's not the most, equal opportunity place for women to be. I mean, think about the way women are depicted typically.
But I've seen some of the things you've produced, and again, the women, they're on scantily clad, let's say, looking a bit like Lara Croft, I suppose, going back a generation.
Yeah.
Even what you produce has that element to it, doesn't it?
Well, I think it's all in how you take it. If you play my game, I personally am what you would call a sex-positive feminist. I don't have a problem with women being portrayed as sexy. I personally like the movie Underworld with Kate Beckinsale. I love that movie. So the issue isn't when women are portrayed, as attractive or sexy. The issue is when we're not portrayed as people, where we're kind of, objects without agency. We're just an object for a man to have to make him feel powerful. If you go and play my game, the women are very beautiful, but they're also full three-dimensional people, like they have real personalities and conflict with each other.